Welcome to the Healing Eczema, really healing series, healing mind, body, spirit series, part 1. Today is day 2. I essentially once a month want to document a week on my healing journey. What I'm learning, what I'm experiencing, symptoms, what God is working in and through me, maybe what I'm reading, the struggles that I'm going through. One second. Okay. So essentially, I am wanting to create what I feel would have been incredibly helpful for me, or would be incredibly helpful for me as a resource while trying to heal, especially as a mother. You know, motherhood is incredibly beautiful, and I am learning more and more to treasure it. So I have not known motherhood apart from physical pain and suffering. And I'm sure this doesn't only apply to mothers, you know, any human that is dealing with chronic illness, just doing anything in life can just feel more challenging. You just kind of forget what it feels like to feel normal, to be able to sustain a normal routine, consistent friendships. As I watch YouTube videos and see people's morning routines and their daily habits and their lives, it can all look beautiful and inspiring, but so often, you know, it feels so far away for me. It feels so out of touch and unattainable, because when you're dealing with chronic illness, you really don't know what tomorrow holds. And in our, you know, silly human ways, we think that we know what tomorrow holds, even if we are in normal health. But I feel like when you are dealing with chronic illness and chronic pain, you know, for me, that is eczema, that's some hormone issues, that is pretty regular fatigue, physical pain on my skin from a lot of rashes and stuff. For other people, I'm sure it varies greatly. I know that chronic illness is at an all-time high right now. Autoimmune conditions, which is what I have, is at an all-time high right now. When you're dealing with that, as I said, you don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. You don't know if you're going to feel good, or you don't know if maybe you know, you're gonna have a really big flare and you're gonna be bedridden, or you don't know how your mental health will be. Sometimes you'll feel on top of the world, and then other times you'll feel really, really low and majorly lacking hope. I guess, you know, I feel like there's gotta be other people out there in the world like me, and if there are, my heart goes out to them, because I have never seen any type of content that is 100% relatable for somebody or maybe not 100% relatable, but just like very relatable for somebody dealing with an autoimmune or chronic illness. I guess I want to try to be that helping hand, that older sister that can come alongside you, help you feel that you're not alone, show you that there are other people out there on the internet world who are living normal lives, who are dealing with normal struggles, and who are just trying to figure it out day by day. With God's help, I would like to show a little bit into the way that I process and try to order my days in such a way to where, you know, I can get things done that I need to get done, but also prioritize rest, and peace of mind, and stillness of mind, and a quiet heart in the midst of a lot of uncertainty. Wow. There's a really pretty cardinal out my window. Thank you, God. It's beautiful. Wow, I'm gonna try to get that. Wow. All right, so though I do not adhere to all of his, or a lot of his beliefs or philosophies, a quote that I often think of by Gandhi is, "You need to be the change that you wish to see in the world." As I've said so often watching YouTube, it just feels like people all have their life together, or it just feels like a lot of the same thing. A lot of it is very upbeat and quite honestly just unrealistic, and I don't think it's healthy to just always focus on the hard things and not practice gratitude. But I think it's very important to acknowledge the hard things and to talk about them and let each other know that we're not walking alone. We don't have to walk this road alone, and that we can find love and support ultimately in Jesus, but also in each other. We can bear one another's burdens and lift each other up when we're feeling weak. It's very interesting as I have started this YouTube journey. At times I've gotten sucked into looking at other people's content and thinking, I need to be more like them, I need to be more upbeat, I need to be more funny, I need to figure out what my focus is, what my specialty is, how I can, you know, make myself more interesting. Every time I slip into that mindset, I just end up feeling a little bit crazy because it doesn't feel natural and it doesn't feel right, and it feels like I'm trying to force something, force myself into a box that I don't belong in, or make myself somebody that I'm not. So this week, it's only Tuesday today, but I have been praying for God to show me if He wants me to do YouTube, what He wants me to say, what my focus should be, and not that I have to only ever talk about one thing. You know, I don't want to make videos just for the sake of growing a platform and growing a following and making myself known, making myself popular. I truly want to be walking hand in hand with the Lord and having Him lead me with every video that I post. And I want to be a blessing. Like, I don't just want to be another person putting out mindless content that is not going to uplift and encourage people in some way. And if I can't do that, then I don't really want to do this. And so I was just praying this week that God would show me if He wanted me to do it and what He wanted me to say, what He wanted my focus to be, at least in this season. There's that cardinal again. I'm going to tell you the significance of it in a minute. I had this idea of, once a month documenting a week on my healing process in order to help people not feel alone, in order to help people that may have autoimmune diseases feel like there's somebody out there who can relate, and who is walking with them, and just maybe try to build some sort of community where we can support each other in that way. And so yesterday was the first day. Yesterday was Monday, and it went well. It was a gorgeous, sunshiny day. I spent so much time outside with my son. My spirits were very high, though I was definitely struggling with flares. Yesterday felt really good. And today I was seriously considering not continuing on with this series. Even though it was day 2, I was almost ready to give up because I had some ideas of things I wanted to film, but I'm just feeling so down. It's rainy, overcast, the sky is crying. I feel like, I am crying. It just feels like a much lower day. And as I was going about my day, thinking about it, I was like, this is actually the perfect day to film. This is the perfect day to show and to be real and to be vulnerable, because this is the reality of dealing with an autoimmune issue. We can have grand ideas and plans for what we want our life to look like, but we have to be so flexible and give ourselves so much grace, because, as I said before, you never know what the next day is going to hold, or how you're going to feel, and what you're going to need to do. And today is a day that I need to prioritize rest, and that's okay. If all I do is read books to my son, watch Mr. Rogers with him, and get food on the table, like, that is a good day. And my value and my worth is no less just because I couldn't accomplish these grand plans that I had. So back to that cardinal, I feel like the Lord just gave me my answer as I was filming this and struggling with a lot of emotion and crying. I heard this bird singing out my window. I looked outside. There's this beautiful red cardinal, which is Ohio State bird, and the rain is just gently falling down, which I feel like is very appropriate for my mood and energy levels today. It's just a very overcast, rainy day, but this bird was sitting out there on a wire and just singing this beautiful song with the rain pouring down on it. And I feel like Jesus was saying to me, I want you to show them how you can sing even in the rain. I want you to show them how you can praise me even in the storm. I want you to sing of my faithfulness even through your suffering. And He is so good, guys. He's so good. Sorry, I'm not a pretty crier, and I'm dealing with a cold, so I'm super stuffed up, but God is so good. I am looking rough, but God is so good. And no matter what we walk through, He is there. He wants to be there. He wants to carry us through, to hold our hand through it all. And I feel like having chronic illness and autoimmune issues, I have felt for so long, I have felt like I've been on the outside. I have felt other and alone, and that's just not true. God is so near, and He promises that when we draw near to Him, He will draw near to us. And I've seen it time and time again. When I put aside the distractions of the world and I focus on Him and I cry out to Him for answers, He answers. Whether you believe it or not, that bird was an answer to me. I feel crystal clear clarity, direction right now, and peace and confidence. And it is because of God. He's an ever-present help in trouble. And He wants to help you, and I want to help you to know of His goodness. I feel like this video is already going to be forever long, and so I may not film all of this week, but I at least want to get a few days of the week. As I said, how I'm feeling, what I'm doing to manage symptoms, what the Lord is working, what I'm eating, practices that I'm doing to cultivate joy and peace and stillness of mind and heart. And I really pray that this is a blessing for you guys. I know I was kind of a little bit all over the place, but I hope you hear my heart in this. And if there is anybody out there in that internet world that is also struggling or in a similar situation, I pray that the Lord will cross our paths so that we can walk alongside each other and lift each other up and encourage one another. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've made it to the end of this video, praying that you are blessed abundantly today, to know that you're loved and valued, and that you are so beautiful because you are made in the image of the Creator of the universe. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you next time.